What's up, beautiful people? I hope you're doing great and amazing as always. Welcome back to my channel, Limelight Aish. So, after a really long break, I am back on YouTube. So, in this episode of the Limelight Show, we have Sudharsanan with us, who's the LinkedIn branding expert out there. And in this episode, he has talked about different strategies on how we can grow your LinkedIn and why LinkedIn and personal branding is the most important factor in the 2022 era. And also, he's making tons of money using LinkedIn and helping other people build their brand. Let's get going. I'm finally really glad that this is happening because I guess it's been quite a long time since I've been asking you, and I was like postponing here and there, and I'm finally glad that we're doing this. So, welcome to the show, Sudarshan.
I'm glad to, Aishwarya, and thank you for the invite.
Yes. So I just wanted to quickly start with this question of why are you so confident about LinkedIn? Your creator economy, I mean, you being a creator is also on LinkedIn and your business is revolving around LinkedIn. So like, why are you so confident about LinkedIn?
It's not a confidence. I think it's no. I believe in organic growth, and I believe coming from a marketing background, I believe that what you can't do organically cannot be done with paid ads. So I believe in organic growth, and LinkedIn is the platform for organic growth in this age. So that is why I'm confident about LinkedIn, I guess. Okay. And that is why people don't want to spend a lot on marketing.
Yes.
Right. And LinkedIn is one place where we don't have to spend money for LinkedIn and still grow because it has unlimited organic reach.
Yes.
And we are tapping on that potential.
So do you think LinkedIn is something like Facebook back in 2010, 2009, something like that?
Exactly. What Facebook was in 2010-11, LinkedIn is in 2021 and 2022. And the strength of LinkedIn is still very low. There are less than a billion people on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Like 800 million, I guess. So it's a small number compared to big social media sites like Facebook and Instagram. They have 3 billion, 4 billion people, but LinkedIn does not. So LinkedIn has a long way to go, and they will have organic reach for a while until they grow to that point. And I think until that, we can build our own economy on LinkedIn. Yeah.
So I think like LinkedIn has been surprising me a lot of things. So because like when I started out, there were hardly a lot of people in my age. So but when I go out and see now, there are people like 15, 16, 17, like doing freelance content creation, a lot of things. Like very surprising actually.
Yeah. Actually, I think the face of LinkedIn is changing. There was a point when people in their mid of their careers, like people over 35 year olds, they used to use LinkedIn to a great extent to find better jobs. But LinkedIn is not just a job finding platform anymore.
Yes,
it's a brand building platform where you can tell your story and people understand what you stand for.
Yes,
and a lot of people will know you overnight, and that's the kind of organic reach that LinkedIn will provide.
That's really true. So like one crazy story that I've had with LinkedIn was like someone in the age of 13, 14. There's a girl, I forgot her name, but she sent me a request on LinkedIn. Like in that message, it was like, I wanted to start my own startup. I would like to have a discussion and see if you can invest in my startup. I was like, what's happening to this world?
Actually, I know a few people in their late tens, I guess, 17s and 18s. They have raised funds for their startups.
Yes.
I know a person who's 18-year-old in Bangalore who's raised over 2 crores for a startup.
That's great.
So there are people who are doing great things. Actually, we would have done great things if we had such resources at that point of time.
That's true.
We didn't. So I think times are changing and people are using the resources to their advantage, which is a good thing. So if someone is willing to start, because I see a lot of youngsters, like people over 13 years up to the age of 25. That's a large chunk of people that's getting on LinkedIn now. Right?
So I think like in my circle, if I see, so I connect with a lot of people digitally. My friends all like go to normal college. I don't blame them for it, but they don't understand the power of social media or LinkedIn or anything. It's really hard for me to convince them. But even though they see my journey and even though they have seen me growing digitally, but they don't really trust digital. Like even LinkedIn, I don't know like how can I convince them? Like what's your take on that?
No, you can't convince them with what. No, you can't just tell them create content on LinkedIn or create content on social media platform or create content in general, like a podcast or videos. It all starts with the why, I guess.
Yep.
No, Naval Ravikant puts this beautifully.
Hmm.
He says two things. In order to create wealth, you should be good at one of two things. Either know to code, and build something out of out of it. And that becomes a business model and you create wealth. If you don't know how to code, create content.
Makes sense.
So these are the only two ways by which you can create content in this decade. So I'm not techie. I don't code. So I create. It's
I
as
feel
simple as
that.
that. Yeah.
So this thing that this is like brainwashing to me every day. It's like I almost 90% of my days I wake up to LinkedIn. I don't scroll Instagram anymore. It was a
Okay.
phase where I used to scroll reels, but it's all like LinkedIn right now. So I get a lot of message people wanting to do partnership with my companies and people reaching out for jobs and a lot of things. So I talk to a lot of people and I scroll a lot. But whenever I wake up, I see your post popping up like almost every day, like 1 hour ago, 1.5 hours ago. Like how are you so consistent?
Right. I think I'm consistent in posting, but not consistent in creating. I'll tell you
Okay.
what I do. I create the entire month's content in advance.
Okay.
As long as something urgent comes up.
Got
For
it.
example, we got a new president, which is a sudden news, and I had to create that day.
Okay.
But other than that, no, things go monotonously. I create content on one day for the entire month, and I keep it aside.
Okay.
I just post it every single day at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Okay. I haven't thought
and
about
that's
it.
one way. Yeah. So it's better to have a repository of posts. I have like somewhere around 60 to 70 posts that I haven't posted it.
Wow, great.
So whenever I feel like writing, I put it in my notes and keep it aside and take it all in, on the first of every month.
Okay.
Make a list and and arrange it in such a way that it looks like a strategy,
Okay.
because it should relate with my people, so with my audience. So I have to arrange it in a way that people understand, and I keep it aside and post it every single day.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. Because creating every single day, it's going to take a lot of time
Yes.
and a lot of effort. But if you can sit for one activity for a long period of time, you will get in the flow. I mean, you're on the flow, you finish stuff very fast.
Yep.
No, you wouldn't believe I spend only 5 to 6 hours per month to create content for the entire month.
Great.
So because when you get into the flow, it takes 1 hour to get into the flow, and the rest 4 to 5 hours it just goes. You create content, you can keep it aside and post it when you want.
Great. So which type of content do you think works on really good on LinkedIn?
Three kinds of content work very well on LinkedIn. The first kind of content is to the point business content.
Okay.
Because you're not here to create content alone. You're here to grow your business.
Yes.
So it's to the point business content where we talk about what problem we solve, how we solve it, and for whom we solve it.
Got
So
it.
three content. And the second kind of content is generic positive content. Because people like seeing positive content on social media, especially on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Like, and because it acts as a crowd puller, people follow you for that.
Yep.
It does not have to say anything. It just have to establish you as a positive person, and they should feel good seeing the post. Simple as that.
Got it.
And the third kind of content is content based on your value systems, your personal values, your business values, family values, things that you deeply believe in. You can talk about why you do what you do, the work culture at your office.
Got it.
These are the things that that relate with people on a deeper level. The deeper the connection, the longer they follow you. Because building followership on LinkedIn is easy.
Yes.
Even connections, they give 30,000 connections. Facebook only gives 5,000. And on LinkedIn, it's 30,000. It's easy to build connections and followers. But building a community on LinkedIn is difficult because audience here are a bit mature. They know what they want. Yeah, they're smart. So they know what they want. So only if you add value, they're going to follow you. And I think people don't come to LinkedIn for information. People come to LinkedIn for relatability. If you can relate with someone, they'll follow you. So I think these are the three kinds of content that work very well on LinkedIn. It has worked well for me and for my clients. So I think this would work well for anyone. Yeah.
Makes sense. So when I was thinking back what I did on LinkedIn when you were saying, I think every point or every change that happened in my life, maybe a big step or a small step, everything happened because I was on LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's like kind of like giving me goosebumps when I think right now. But yeah, my first gig was based out on LinkedIn. My first job was on LinkedIn. Right now, I'm here in Bangalore
Excellent.
just because I was on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
As
Okay.
simple as that.
Excellent. Excellent. I think LinkedIn is, no, it's a no a ground of opportunities.
Hmm. That's
There are
true.
so many opportunities on LinkedIn. It it would attract things that you never imagined of. Because when I started building my company, when we rebranded our company into a personal branding agency that is specialized in LinkedIn,
Mhm.
we started attracting investors, which
Okay.
we didn't think of.
Hmm.
You know, at that point of time, we were not even looking for investors.
Okay.
We were comfortably bootstrapped. We are still comfortably bootstrapped, but
Hmm.
still, people approach you even before you approach them, which
That's true.
makes the job easy. My company runs at zero marketing cost. We don't spend even a penny on marketing, and we generate a lot of leads every month, all inbound.
I
So
could
I
very
think
well
that's
relate to
how.
that.
Yeah.
Because I think we met in Tamilpur and I've been following you for quite a long time. But like because you
Yeah.
keep popping up in my feed, I know there is somebody who can do this. So when something popped up and I'm like, just connect with him, let's do it.
Exactly. So I think that's what this is about. Creating a need in people's mind, or if they have a need, creating a recall in people's mind.
Yes. Makes sense.
Because when you are consistent, people tend to notice you, and it's easy for them to recall you. No,
Hmm.
I think I've seen someone like that. I think I'll get in touch with them. So that's the thing. Yeah.
That's great. So what is LinkedIn Creator Program all about? I think you were also a part of it, right?
Yeah. See, there are different programs: LinkedIn Creator Program and LinkedIn Creator Accelerator Program.
Okay.
LinkedIn Creator Program is something that LinkedIn selects. They
Okay.
select people. An Accelerator Program is we have to apply for it and get selected for it.
Okay.
I did not apply for the Accelerator Program.
Mm-hmm.
And the LinkedIn Creator Program is something where people in LinkedIn get in touch with you. They tell you what works because you're already creating content. They help you in creating content in a better way,
Okay.
a content that provides actual value to your audience. And that's what this is about. And LinkedIn Accelerator Program is you get knowledge on creating content. You learn from creators on LinkedIn and off LinkedIn on what works in today's world, and you
Okay.
can create content in line with it. For example, text content and image content has been doing very really well on LinkedIn,
Mhm.
but off late it's video content that's
Yes.
doing very very well on LinkedIn, because that's how LinkedIn algorithm is changing. By the mid of next year, at least 60% of LinkedIn feed will be audios.
Okay.
Sorry, videos,
Okay.
videos,
Okay.
videos. Or if you are only making an audio podcast, I think you can make infographics with audios on it and post it. So it's going to be videos. So if you're comfortable with showing your face, make videos or make audio podcast in a video format and post it.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, what's your plan?
So
Because I have listened to you saying you have camera fear and stuff.
yeah, I have camera fear, and I think I had to overcome it somehow, because
Okay.
videos, we are in a visual platform now.
Yes.
LinkedIn is turning into a visual platform. Not just LinkedIn, every social media has turned into a visual
Mhm.
platform already.
Yeah.
Facebook videos are working great now,
Oh, okay.
right? Facebook videos are working great. And if you want organic reach, reels and shorts are are great ways to go.
Yeah.
And they're both videos again. So I think I'll have to get comfortable with it.
Okay.
And I recently read a quote. No,
Okay.
if you are afraid of creating content, and if you don't create content, you have an ego problem.
Okay.
So that stuck me hard, and that has impacted me a lot. That I have to come out of this fear of videos. So
Okay.
I have to make videos now. I bought this mic to make podcasts.
Okay.
So I'm on it. I've already started recording podcasts, not with people, but just me, speaking on it for now.
Mm.
But eventually, I'll get people on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally right. So I think the last time I used Facebook was a very long time ago. I use it only for Facebook Ads Manager where I run ads. I don't even scroll Facebook. So I think when you said the in Facebook videos is working right now, probably I should think about it.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's going to be the same video, which
Hmm.
can be posted everywhere.
Hmm.
You just have to plan it right.
Yeah,
I
distribution.
think that's one. Yeah, distribution. It's the same content. On
Hmm.
LinkedIn, if it's written content, you can make the same content in video format and post it on Reels,
Yes.
which will do great. Yeah.
So one question that actually popped out to me right now was like, what's the algorithm of LinkedIn, especially with company pages? Because I don't see a lot of things happening in any company pages
Yes.
compared to the personal brand.
Yeah. There's not much organic reach for company pages.
Mhm.
Let's agree that LinkedIn wants to make money from their
Okay.
platform. And the only way by which there are only two ways by which LinkedIn makes money. The first one is to go premium on personal profiles
Yep.
or by LinkedIn ads.
Hmm.
LinkedIn ads is the major chunk by which they make money.
Yep.
Which means if they give you organic reach for your company profile, they will not make money,
Makes sense.
right? So they want to make money, and I think that's the best way to do it too. Because
Hmm.
personal brands, when you grow as a personal brand, you can tell your brand story through your personal profile and
Hmm.
get organic reach for your for your business also. So that's the algorithm behind it. So there is no organic reach for company profiles. So if you want to grow only the company profile, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay. Got it.
Build a personal brand or a bunch of personal brands around your company, depending on the size of your company. If your company is over, like 200, 300 people strong, have 4 5 personal brands around your company,
Okay.
so that they can tell your brand story from different perspectives.
Got it.
So yeah.
So I think like it's been really long time. I'm experimenting with a lot of pages, but nothing works out. Only when we put like hiring posts, like the followers goes up.
Yeah, because people look for jobs.
Yeah.
Predominantly people on LinkedIn are looking for jobs,
Hmm.
right? No, for job goers, I think LinkedIn is still seen as a hiring platform.
Hmm.
They get active on LinkedIn when they are looking for jobs, and they get inactive on LinkedIn when they get a job.
That's true.
And then again, after 2 years, they become active on LinkedIn, and that's when you know that they're looking.
That's true.
Less than 0.1% people can create content consistently on LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and less than 1% create content at all. It seems so. It's a very small number on LinkedIn. So growing on LinkedIn is very easy if you're consistent.
Makes sense. It's been almost a year. I'm trying to be consistent, but I'm not able to do
Right.
it.
I think consistency is all about planning.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you have to plan in advance, create in advance, just
Hmm.
post it. When the time comes up.
Makes
For
sense.
example, every day I wake up, I
Hmm.
post, or when I'm on a treadmill, when I'm in the gym, I post.
Okay.
So it's sharp at 8 a.m. So I think that's when we post.
Okay. There is anything
And
behind the timing?
yeah, see, it's all about psychology.
Okay.
It's about when people will be free to engage. They
Hmm.
either are free to engage in the morning before office hours,
Hmm.
or during morning coffee,
Okay.
or during lunch, evening coffee, or during dinner.
Okay.
And after office hours, people don't go on LinkedIn because they have work with Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
right? But during coffee hours, it's when they are in the office, it's usually LinkedIn. People who are active on LinkedIn, they use LinkedIn.
Yeah. That's
So I think those are the best times to post.
true.
So 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 4 p.m. are the best times to post on LinkedIn.
That's very interesting. So I want to know your journey of like where did you get started and like what are you doing with social company? It's all like there is, I don't see like you talking about a lot of your journey, like how it started and why, you know. So I think I would really love to know more about it.
Right. So I come from a very middle class family.
Hmm.
I used to get whatever I needed, but I didn't get whatever I wanted.
Okay.
So that's the kind of upbringing I had. So, but uh, very good in education.
Hmm.
I studied really well. I'm an engineer by qualification. And during engineering itself, I started my freelancing.
Okay.
And I knew that I was not going for a job,
Hmm.
right? Because jobs weren't for me. I didn't know why, but that's how I felt at that point of time.
Okay.
So I thought I'll start as a freelancer. I started as a social media marketer. I was lucky enough to get a few good clients in the beginning of my career. When placements came, I had 4 5 clients already. So I
Hmm.
did not want placements.
Okay.
So I didn't even sit for placements. So from there, I grew as a freelancer eventually. And in 2016, we set our company up as a digital marketing agency.
Hmm.
And we grew to a team of 10 by 2020.
Okay.
And, and COVID struck. At
Huh.
that point of time, we had 22 clients. We are
Okay.
doing pretty well. But most of our clients were local businesses like schools, colleges, restaurants, salons, supermarkets. These were our clients, and all of them closed down. during
Okay.
COVID. And obviously they cut the marketing budget.
Hmm.
The marketing is always in the cost cutting edge.
Yes, yes.
So they cut it, and then there's nothing wrong about it. That was a business decision from their end, and we had to, comply with it.
Hmm.
And we understood that, we had to scale up, but with whatever resources we had.
Hmm.
So we thought if people are not willing to spend for marketing, what else they were willing to spend for? So they will be, no, they were willing to spend for reach. And we
Okay.
understood that, organic reach is possible on LinkedIn. And then we started personally branding myself on LinkedIn first.
Okay.
Then once we started seeing the growth, we knew that we were really good at this.
Hmm.
And we started rebranding our company as a LinkedIn personal branding agency. And now we work closely with founders, CXOs, MDs of companies who want their personal brands built, because people believe in people more than they believe in brands.
Hmm. That's very true.
So if the founder can tell the brand story and relate with his audience or her audience, it's easy to attract business to their business,
Hmm.
right? So that's what we do, and we've been working with a lot of personal brands now, in India and abroad. We have clients in over 10 countries now, growing
That's
fast.
that's
Yeah.
great. I'm just like excited to see where you guys would be probably in 5-10 years.
Thank you. Hopefully in a better place.
Yes. So as you said, you work with a lot of CMOs and CXOs. What are some biggest takeaways or lessons that you learned, which would be useful to somebody in their 20s figuring out life?
Excellent. Um, like you said, figuring out life. I've understood that everybody is figuring out.
Yeah.
There's no point called, I've reached. Because one good thing that I see with all CEOs is that they're constantly learning and evolving.
Okay.
They're not stagnant.
Hmm.
See, there is no such thing called maintenance.
Yep.
You're either growing or you're falling.
Hmm.
There is no such thing called maintenance. So anyone who is consistently investing on their growth, personally, professionally, financially, they'll keep growing all their life, and they'll be at a point where we look up to.
Hmm. That's true.
So good thing about having CXOs as a client is that, we get free mentorship. Because every feedback they give is mentorship for us.
That's true.
So we get a lot of feedback. We get to improve a lot. We are actually building a product because we get a lot of input from our clients,
Oh, that's good.
or we would have stayed in agency. Thank God we get a lot of input that we have to build a product to solve their needs, because it's all about the clientele. It's all about the end user. If they are happy, we are happy.
Yes.
So the only way to keep them happy is to implement on their needs. And when a lot of people come up with a similar need, I think building a product would make more sense than just, offering the service individually. So I think, connecting with CEOs and learning from them is one beautiful experience, because they keep growing on, and they keep learning. And every time I meet them, they tell me that they've learned something from me, and that's what fascinates me. Because these people I look up to, they learn on a daily basis. Then why not us?
Makes sense.
So yeah. So that's the biggest takeaway, I guess.
Got it. So I think now I want to listen to any of your 2 or 3 clientele stories. That could be like an aha moment for anybody who's watching in their 20s, that who's not on LinkedIn, but why should they be on LinkedIn?
Right. See, building personal brand is a different journey for different people. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. So it's called personal brand for a reason. It's personal for everyone. So the growth curve itself differs. So that is why we don't have any hard KPIs. We don't promise a number of followers. We don't promise number of views. We promise that there'll be good momentum, and with momentum, your profile will grow. That's the promise that we give them. So the reason we give it is because every profile is different, and we ourselves are figuring it out with every profile.
Okay.
So when we understand what works for you, we would stick with what works for you, so that your profile grows for a while, and then when the algorithm changes, we'll change with the algorithm. So that's how it is. So aha moments, like you asked. We promised a client, like, 10, we thought that he will get over 10,000 followers in 2 years.
Okay.
And we said that, no, let's work for 2 years and see if we can go somewhere with it. And he wanted clients from abroad.
Okay.
And he's in a franchise business. All right. So he wanted to franchise abroad. And we started working with him. And he has already started attracting a lot of franchise clients.
Okay.
At least inquiries. And is about to cross 10,000 followers in less than 6 months now.
Wow, great.
We thought he would cross it in over 2 months, 2 years. And it's like 6 months. So sometimes people surprise us because they give a lot of content even before we ask them. Because one good thing about decision makers of companies is that they have a lot of content in them.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. It's our job to get it out of them. So basically, we are not solving the content problem. We are solving the time problem.
Makes sense.
Because they are really good at what they do. And that is why they are in a successful business, which means they have a lot of content. And we just have to listen to them, keen enough so that we get content from them and create content and keep them away from LinkedIn, because that's what they want. They want to concentrate on their business and not on their LinkedIn.
Got it.
So we grow their LinkedIn for them. We are solving the time problem. I think that's what we are solving. We are not solving the content problem.
Okay.
Because content generation is easy these days, especially with people who are consistently growing.
Yeah.
If a person is consistently growing, creating content won't be that difficult.
Okay.
Because I believe in creating content is not about creating content. It's about recording your life.
Yeah, documentation.
It's document your life. So that's all it is. So if your life is really exciting, your content will be exciting too. And your life becomes exciting with continuous growth. And one more client of ours, this was a very long time back. This was like one year back, who came to me for, that was when I started LinkedIn as a personal branding service.
Okay.
I didn't even have a huge content team like a content team like I have today.
Okay.
Right? At that point of time, it was 1 or 2 of us, and he came to us for a job in the US. He actually had a list of 6 companies. He was from from a big company in India. He used to work for a big MNC in India, but his salary was not as big as the company.
Okay.
So, but he had a lot of certificates, and he wanted a job in one of 6 companies.
Okay.
And we put him in touch with a lot of HRs. He built a personal brand for himself.
Okay.
We created content for him.
Okay.
And established him as an authority in his niche, which he already was. He gave us a lot of content, basically. So, and he is currently in the US working in a huge company. And this happened in less than 6 to 7 months.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not saying that we helped him get a job. We helped him establish himself as an authority in his niche, and he found a job.
Great.
Because cracking an interview in such big companies is not a joke.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But he did it. But at the end of the day, we are proud that we are working with real professionals, people who know what they're doing.
So I think like we're almost at the end of this show. So one quote that I always believe, so it's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. So what has been one of the most important failures that you had in life, and how did you overcome that?
I think failure is a part of success. They're not two different paths. Some people say that you've taken the failure path. Some people say you've taken the success path. There's no such thing called a failure path or a success path. On your way to success, you meet with a lot of failures. That's how it goes.
That's true.
So if you're meeting with failures, you are on the right path. You're on the path to success. So when I started as a freelancer, which I started with no money. And then, timing wasn't right.
Okay.
In 2014, there was Varda.
Yeah, I remember that.
And 15, there was floods. I think 14 was floods and 15 was Varda, something like that. And in 17, demonetization stuck.
Yep.
In 18, GST stuck. In 2020, it was COVID. And something else will come up again. Now there is an economic slowdown all over the globe, where people are thinking twice before they spend.
Yes.
Not in India at least, but outside it's prominent.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things happening, but still your business will keep going. So I think failure is only a part of your success journey. Our turnover was it's all ups and downs.
Okay.
But now it's up and up, up and up and up. But there will be a point of time where we'll again face something.
Got it.
But I think we'll grow from there because I have a lot of experience in growing again.
Makes sense.
So I see a lot of startups, pivoting, moving towards a different niche to survive. I have a huge respect for them
Got it.
because they're the ones who don't fire people. They keep their people
That's
and
true.
grow with challenges. Because a startup journey is not easy. There's going to be a lot of challenges. It's really difficult inside, difficult outside.
Yeah.
Handling people inside the company is difficult. Handling clients outside the company is difficult. Giving a really good user experience is difficult. Keeping the client happy is difficult. It's all difficulty.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I think difficult is what makes your life happy.
That's true. That's
An
very
easy
smart.
life is not a happy life.
Yeah.
A challenging life is a happy life. Right? So if you are chasing a easy life, you will eventually end up unhappy. But if you are facing challenges in your life, you will eventually end up being happy.
Got it.
Because facing challenges is what is happiness, I believe.
That's very smart. So I think it was a great show talking to you, and I'm pretty sure all the people listening to this would love it. So thanks a lot, Sudharsanan.
Yes, Aishwarya. Thank you for inviting me. I had a lovely time here.
So I hope you learned a lot of things with this session, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Limelight Aish, and also don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn. I put the link in the description. Until next time, see you soon, Limelight Aish.